Hello, everybody. And today we're going to learn a small program on how to generate a grade book. So basically what's going to happen that we will allow user to input the marks. Marks must be a percentage or out of 100. So based on those marks, we are going to give a grade to the student. Okay, so something like this, that if the user will enter a marks between 90 to 100, the grade generated will be A. If the student will or the user will enter a marks between 80 and 90, then 80 to 90, then we'll generate a grade B. If it's between 70 to 80, we're going to generate a grade C. And if it's 65 to 70%, then we're going to generate the grade D. And if it's less than 65, then it's F. Now something that needs your attention at this point is that you can see it's 90 to 100 for A and then 80 to 90 for B. So 90 is overlapping, so either we have to make it between 91. Okay, so it should be greater than 90 and less than equal to 100, something like that. And same thing, we're going to come here because 80 is overlapping, so we can make it 81 to 90, and then it's going to be 70 to 80. Similarly here we can do 71 instead of 70 so that it won't overlap. Okay, once it's just an example, it's not a real grading policy. So we're not gonna go in more depth like A plus and A minus, so we're just gonna make a small programs to understand some focus skills. The focus skills today are conditional structures. We are also going to use some Python relational operator, which are also called comparison, for use for comparison. And we're going to use some logical operator. There are three logical operator in Python. Very easy: and, or, not. And, or, and not. Yeah. So these logical operators are used to if we have to combine more than one comparisons, or we more than one if we have more than one logical operator, then want to join them. I'm going to use a variable marks, and I'm going to ask user to input enter your marks or percentage. I'm just saying marks so that they won't enter a percentage sign. Okay, I'm just writing it out of 100. Okay, so that I don't want a confusion that user is entering a percentage sign. So I'm saying enter your marks out of 100. So once user will enter those marks, it will be placed in marks. Now remember one thing, whenever we are using whenever we are using input function, the value taken using input function will be stored in a string form. If you want to check, I can show you that if I print the type of marks variable, and if I run this program, you can see that the type, it will ask me to enter some numbers. I'm entering 23, and the type of marks is string. So we have to convert it into integer. We can do it very easily. I will write on marks and then I'm going to convert it into integer. So I'm converting my marks into integer and I'm storing it again into marks. So later on when I'm going to use it, it's going to be uh, an integer value, not a string value. Okay. So once it is done, I'm going to show you again. If I print, of course, it's just like for new people. If I check type of marks now, it is an integer now. You can see it here. Okay. Um let's move on to our original program. So original our program was to generate a grade book. Okay, so once it is done, we are going to use if condition. Okay, if condition is a conditional structure and the syntax is if, and then we'll write down our condition. So I want to write down that if marks are greater than 91 or greater than 90 and less than or equal to 100. If marks are greater than 90, and now and is the logical operator being used here, and greater than is a relational operator or comparison operator. Okay, and marks is less than and equal to, so this is the comparison operator for less than and equal to. Okay, less than and equal to 100. Why I'm making it sure that if I'm writing 100 or not, because if I'll not write on 100, it means somebody can enter more than 100 and our grading policy would fail. So we must put a check on that. So when I press, remember to put a colon, it's a syntax. If you'll not put a colon, it will give you a syntax error. And while you're typing, and if you're not putting a colon and you press enter, it will go in start of the line. But if you put a colon and then you press enter key, your next line is a little indented. This indentation means that you are under the if block. Whatever you're writing under this one, in this line, is a part of this if statement. Okay, so if marks is greater than 90 and marks is less than 100, and if our condition is true, we want to print great, you earned, I'm going, a grade. Let's make grade also. Okay, and that is our first if condition. Just following that, if I want to write on another thing here, it will be a part of this if condition. So I have to go out because I want to put my next if condition. I'm going to write on elif. Elif is a short form of else if, and we don't have any else if in Python. The syntax is elif. And I want this one if my marks are greater than 80. And remember, I'm writing greater than 80. So it means it's not 80. Greater than 80 is 81. So it's going to start with 81. And marks is less than and equal to 90. It means less than or even equal to. Equal to means we are including the 90. So I want to print, great, you have earned a B grade. Okay, now this is a little more indented, which is wrong. So I have to go put it back so that it is in the same format. Okay, so this indentation, this statement will run only if this statement, this elif is true. Okay, so next, going back, I'm going to write on elif again, and I'm going to say marks is greater than 70. Marks are greater than 70 and less than, just want to double check, marks is less than equal to 80. So 80 is included, and it's going to be a C. Okay, so I think better not to write on great here. Let's write on good. Okay, you have earned C grade. Here we can write on well done. I want to be honest with exclamation thingy. Okay, L if marks is greater than 65. Now this is the critical point. 65 to 70 is D and all the others are F. So we're going to write on is greater than 65 and marks are less than equal to 70. So including 70, I'm gonna print you have earned a D grade. Should I write on work more, work harder, you're just on the edge of failing? No, I'm not gonna write on. And last is, and I'm gonna write it down again, LF marks is less than, if the marks is less than or equal to 65, because there is no other limit, so I'm just gonna write down the last one without any and, because that is the that's all, less than 65. So if the marks are less than and equal to, if you want to include 65 as a passing marks, you can write on marks is equal to and greater than and equal to, you can write it down like that. And if you don't want to write down, then you can write on here marks is less than 65. Okay, and then you can print sorry, you need to work hard, you earned F, try again. Okay, now I have written elif. Why I have written elif? Because I want to use my last else with no condition. with no comparison there. So I'm not writing any condition, I'm writing else. If it is not less than 65, it's not any of these conditions. So what could be the other situation? The other situation could be that somebody has put marks more than 100. Then we are going to print, please enter marks. Please enter marks less. Please enter marks from out of 100, or enter the percentage of your marks. Okay, so let's do run and find out any errors. Enter your marks. So I'm writing 35. Now 35 is less than 65. So what should it happen? It should say, sorry, you earned F. Let's see what will happen next when I press enter. Sorry, you earned F. I want to try something between 65 and 70. So I'm going to run my program again. Okay, and I'm going to write down some marks like 67. I told you I want to. So you have earned a D grade. Dun-dun-dun-dun. So you can do it like that, boys and girls. Enjoy this program, and this will help you to learn the conditional structure. If so, you will have a good grip on conditional structure if else, and at the same time, you're going to use logical operator and comparison operator.